All right, giga billionaire Elon Musk just dropped another Twitter gem, and this time he's explaining wildfires like a guy who skimmed a Wikipedia article 5 minutes ago. Elon Musk's argument, and it's a heavily political argument, as is just about every argument that Elon Musk now makes. Musk's argument is that Texas should have way more fires than California because it has twice the forest area of California. And the whole point of this is to argue climate change couldn't possibly be the real culprit. It must be California liberals who refuse to rake the forest floors or are hiring lesbians to run the Los Angeles Fire Department that are to blame. Of course, shockingly, California and Texas are not the same place. So let's check out what happened. Isaac Bryan is an LA Assembly member, and he tweeted, just to be clear, there have been 101 wildfires in California already this year. This is because of a rapidly changing climate, period. And Elon Musk, in his infinite wisdom, went onto his platform X and responded with the following excretion, quote, if the climate change explanation were true, Texas, which has twice the forest area of California, would have roughly twice the wildfires that destroy homes. Climate change is happening, but slowly. The issue with LA was failure to create fire breaks and clear brush, combined with failure to ensure sufficient water supply and terrible mismanagement at the state, county, and city level. Well, one of the things that Elon is ignoring is that the climate is different in California and Texas. The winds are different in California and Texas. The temperatures are different. The type of vegetation and brush is different. California has a Mediterranean climate. It's hot and dry in the summer, mild and wetter in the winter, and it's the perfect recipe for wildfires when you combine it with the Santa Ana winds. Now, Texas, on the other hand, has a mix of climates. Texas is a big state, depending on exactly where you are, and it goes from humid subtropical to arid desert. Texas weather does not generate the same wildfire conditions. Wildfires thrive on fuel, this dense vegetation and brush and dry forests, and California has a lot of that. And then, like I said, the wind will spread the fires faster than firefighters can keep up, as we are seeing. It's just different in Texas. Elon, of course, is sprinkling in politically coded buzzwords like mismanagement. And according to him, it's that Trump was right. California's not clearing brush. They're not creating fire breaks. They're not ensuring enough water supply. But the truth is that people who know about this stuff, raking the forest, as Trump famously suggested, would not stop wildfires in the middle of a historic drought, particularly when a lot of these fires are not in the forest, they're actually in residential areas. Now, California does manage forests, it does clear brush, but you have decades of outdated fire suppression policy, and the forests are overgrown, and climate change has made fires more intense than ever. So preventative measures can be done, should be done. It can help. It's not a magic solution for wildfires that are fueled by rising global temperatures, longer periods with no rain whatsoever. And again, a lot of that applies to the deep in the forest fires, not these that are affecting residential areas to a great degree. So there's a couple of different stories here. First of all, I don't deny for a second that Elon Musk has been hugely responsible for major advancements to technologies I think are awesome. What Elon Musk did with Tesla and electric vehicles has accelerated what other legacy auto manufacturers have done with regard to electric vehicles so much more than would have otherwise happened. He essentially lit a fire under the collective asses of the legacy automakers to say, wait a second, we actually are now going to have to compete with electric vehicles that can go 300 miles on a single charge. That is significantly more appealing all of a sudden as an alternative to gas-powered vehicles. We'd better get on the ball. And now everything from Lexus to GM, Ford, they're all going in the direction of moving towards electric more and more. And Elon Musk pushing that is to a great degree responsible for that. Now, Elon Musk didn't create Tesla. He bought it and okay, fine. But he's still been responsible for that. And that's good. But then he gets into this other stuff and he's gotten sucked in politically to a lot of really wacky things. And he has influence and he's oversimplifying yet another issue. If climate change were a factor, you'd think Texas would have twice the wildfires. No, climate, vegetation, it's all different. And he always wants to apply a Trumpian political lens to it. Mismanagement shifts attention away from the real culprits here. And the trend in general in MAGA is we always downplay climate change to avoid accountability or having to really deal with it in any way. Instead of pushing for real solutions, he parrots talking points that conveniently ignore the science. He can't be trusted on any of this stuff, and he's making it clear again with just a painfully dumb tweet. Once again, we're seeing big tech blur the lines between private industry and public government. Zuckerberg, Bezos, even Sam Altman at OpenAI are donating millions to Trump's inaugural fund because they say he'll lead our country into the age of AI, despite these same tech CEOs warning about how dangerous AI can be. Algorithms control what we see every day to serve corporate and political interests, which is why I've trusted Ground News for years to help me find the truth. Ground News doesn't tell you what to think. They show you each news outlet's biases, credibility, financial incentives, so you know who's benefiting from the way each news outlet spins each story. You can even filter out certain sources you don't want and stay informed without getting buried in the noise. Stay engaged with Ground News, who is fixing what is breaking right in front of us, trust and transparency in the media. Ground News is giving my audience 50% off the same Vantage plan that I use. Go to ground.news/Pacman. The link is in the description or scan my QR code.